Welcome to Rule Zero. I am your host, Paul Bauer. Be sure, guys, where the hell is this? I am not even prepared. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications if you haven't done so already. And do please sound off in the live chat today. We like your participation. Also boost us in the algorithm. And please, for the love of God, don't be stingy with those super chats. What's going on, guys? Gathered with me on the panel today, we've got I Don't Give a F, Gen X Cappy. I have to say that we're not at the 8-minute mark. What's going on, Cappy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Back in South Dakota, firing up engines, cleaning up shit, doing that stuff.
So when you have been gone for several months like that, I mean, what do you usually find there? Is everything covered in dust?
No, I'm pretty thorough. I got covers for the cars. I put stable in the vehicles. I do drain the fuel system out of the motorcycle. So there's that, and small engines, and you put and then if you do the work before you leave, you winterize your engines properly, they should fire up. Plus I do have a guy that comes by and fires them up. So also it was like a very warm winter up here, so no batteries dead or anything like that. And yeah, just some base. I'd explain more, but most young people don't and never will own a home. So I won't bore you with the details of things that will never apply to you.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to know more about that, Cappy does have a father you never had, dad you never had course, to learn how to be a man. Nuke, what's going on with you? You got a bear there, huh?
Yeah, I got my little bear guy for the show today. But nothing much, guys. Just been working a lot at shows, 7 p.m. Central, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Catch us tomorrow on Post Zero and Dragons after this. So
nice. Jack, you've got a bear skinned robe there.
Yes, I skinned it myself. I went into the woods and I'm like, oh, this is what women find attractive now. Since I'm a horrible pussy beggar, I will now then become what they want. So I skinned the bear and things like that. But yeah, no, doing well. Did Red Evening with Rob, which had a very interesting turn at a certain point where it's like, oh wow, we're doing this topic now. Okay, interesting. And tomorrow, yes, we are going to make fun of the whole bear thing as well on Post Zero. And I'm going on Kyle's show next Wednesday. Forgot his last name. Apologies. Yes, that one. Sorry, Kyle. Love you. And Truthcast, of course, was fun. And yeah, just doing all around well. I'm having pizza after this, so let's get this going.
Ooh, nice. Thor, love that haircut, brother.
Skull, you guys. I got sick of just shooting the protein out the top of my head. I got better things to do where I shoot my protein, so just went ahead and got rid of that. Yeah, kind of sporting it here, Got the dome thing going. I don't know. I kind of like it. Little did anybody know that I actually wore this for 7 years, exactly like this back in the 90s when I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It just makes it easy. It's really easy. You get hair, you got to mess with it like Jack. You got to fluff it. You got to fold, fluff, tease a little bit, things like that. I'm excited for our content today. Bears, I mean, more along the lines of a wolf, but we're going to talk about monsters and why monsters are better than men. That'll be interesting.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So that's actually a good segue. So we're gathered here today once again because of the whamen. Those goofy little goobers. And apparently some of these goofy whamen said they would rather be in the woods with a bear than a man. And I believe it all started with this video.
Rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary.
With a bear.
Well, I've heard about bears. They don't always attack you, right? Unless you fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is terrifying to say, but
definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
A bear.
I would say a man.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
All these bitches are ugly.
We at least got the one. We got the one for us. So let me ask you guys. It sounds to me that women want this experience.
Oh, the famous.
what you want, ladies. You guys get the point. Look,
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to get a copyright strike for that. So if you guys are watching the replay, you probably missed the clip because I probably had to remove it. But that was from the movie The Reverend, which is based on a true story of a man who got absolutely mauled by a grizzly bear and then crawled something like 30 miles and survived that.
You think
It's tough.
that's how Leonardo DiCaprio views women over 25?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're getting a little long in the tooth after 25. He's got to cut them loose.
Paul, I took your challenge yesterday, and I went down a rabbit hole because having lived here in California, the state animal is the grizzly bear and has quite a history. Interesting. The reason there are no grizzly bears in California is because they stole and ate children. It's a fact. And there has been an active rewrite going on Wikipedia to blunt this. If you do any searches just a month ago, if you looked at bear injuries, you would see the most gory, vicious, horrible injuries from Kodiak bears and grizzly bears. Unbelievable damage that these creatures can do. That has been curated. I challenge everybody that's watching this, go look up injuries from bear attack, and they'll show you a few stitches. And that's it. Why would they remove these things? And then go look at Wikipedia about California grizzly bears. They're actively trying to rewrite the history of the California grizzly bear as a misunderstood animal. That shocked the hell out of me. People that lose children and brothers and sisters to these animals. I mean, I looked it up. There was some 40,000 of these things just right before the turn of the century. And there was active campaigns to eliminate them because they were so vicious. And the average weight was 2,200 pounds for a California grizzly bear. You're not stopping them with a house. You're not stopping them with a car. They're monsters in them dar woods. And there's an unusual thing going on right now to humanize these bears. You can see it if you just look it up on Wikipedia. It's bizarre.
Well, speaking of Wikipedia, I was trying to find some statistics to look at this, which is so stupid, guys. Because honestly, let's be real here. We can't take this seriously.
No.
I hope like there are guys that are arguing on Twitter. And honestly, I don't know, Nuke, you're really good at getting that Twitter engagement, but I posted probably 3 or 4 memes this week based on this stupid topic, and each one of them causes a huge debate in the comments. I'm like, how are you guys even taking this seriously? It's ridiculous. But
women just want you to get it. That's the pretty. These guys don't get it, and it's part of game and understanding women is like, if you take women seriously, you're gonna go crazy as a guy. You're gonna be explaining science and statistics all day, and they're gonna be like, but, and you're gonna go crazy. So
But the feelings, yeah. So let's look at this. So I was trying to find numbers of bear attacks, and I couldn't find anything just simple like, okay, this is how many people have died due to bear attacks in this period of time. And any kind of statistics like that were from like 10 years ago anyway. So I was like, well, let's see what we got. Wikipedia does list fatal bear attacks. So let's just take a look at this. Let's just get a quick count here. These are just the 2020s. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 fatal bear attacks in the 2020s. That's not too bad.
How many fatal divorces were there? Just asking. Like, who has a higher kill count? Middle-aged white women or bears? I need to know.
So I wanted to say, okay, so let's just look at murder victims from humans, right? Like, okay, so clearly 4,000. This is just in 2022. We had 4,251 women murdered just in 2022. So clearly the bear attacks is less. So I can see, right, what maybe bears are safer. But still, look at this. More men died than women, though. 14,441 men died in 2022 compared to only 4,000 women. So is it really that dangerous for women out there? Let's talk about that, guys. Clearly, humans are killing people more than bears are killing people. I mean, do these women have a point? What do you think, Cappy?
No, they don't. They don't have a point. What this is childish and stupid. It's like stuff that happened in grade school where the boys and the girls don't like each other. Oh, boys are gross, girls are icky, that kind of shit. And all it is an opportunity. I have a rather overcomplicated, but I think what it is theory, what's going on here. This is unconscious cartel behavior. You got OPEC, very, you have the members, they are clear, and yes, we are consciously forming a cartel, and we're going to have meetings and we're going to limit production of oil to increase the price of oil so that we as a group benefit wholly. This is unconscious. This is tribalism where girls like, oh, if we all say the same thing, then we could present a front and then beget preferential treatment or better treatment out of men. Oh, we're so afraid. Oh, you men are so bad and you need to up your game that we prefer bears over you. And I doubt that many women who are saying bears actually believe it. I believe some believe it because they've been protected from the nature by men and everything we have done for them. But it's petulant, it's childish, it's cartelish, and it should largely be ignored. And being deadly, these girls should be ashamed of the fucking trash coming out of their mouths. And if they think that this is something cute or funny or ha ha ha, we got the men are already demoralized enough. This sex war is already bad enough. The ridiculousness that you would rather be with an incredibly dangerous animal in the woods over men. Holy fuck, ladies, don't complain the next time somebody's attacking somebody on a subway and men do jack fuck all shit to do it. We're done. Really, you've just demoralized your men even more than they already were before. Yeah. So I guarantee you within the next month, you're going to hear, why are men asking us out? And there'll be an attack on a subway or some other place or some leftist shithole where a Democrat financed able piece of shit attacks a woman. No one's going to stand and defend her. And then fuck. And here they never connect the two. They never connect the two. And so I don't know. There's some guy who said, enjoy the decline. I think we should all pour ourselves a nice little coffee or scotch or something. Just fine. Go hang out. Bears in the woods is one thing, but there are indeed other dangerous threats in the real world. And these girls are they're just not only are they handcuffing the good men from doing anything, like we'll throw you in jail if you protect us. They're mocking and ridiculing and completely taking any way incentive or reason for men to protect or do well or do what's right by women. And so the guys, it's almost going to the point guys are cheering on the bear, as it were. So go have fun. I hope you found. I hope you got some laughs, ladies. I thought it was really cute. But not if, but when you cry yourself to sleep, you can't find your man. This is what happens when you play stupid fucking games.
Yeah, he's such a curmudgeon.
Fair enough.
I'm so sick of this shit. This is childish. We're arguing about bear statistics. Holy fucking shit. Bear statistics. Did you guys think when I grow up, I want to argue about bear statistics? This will be the most important week in the history of America. We're going to have to dedicate resources and time to arguing about bears. Fuck off to all you assholes. Not you guys. The schmucks who think bears are cuddly. Like fucking Yogi Bear.
Take a breath. Have you guys, I mean, let's just go back a little bit in history. Just a few years ago, there was this guy out of California who was called the Grizzly Bear Man. He had this Grizzly Man. He had this eternal connection with bears. He had humanized them so much. He'd actually convinced many people around him that these wild animals in nature could easily be manipulated through his spiritual control because he was a whisperer and all of these sort of things. His aftermath, he was eaten by the grizzlies that he had befriended. And those photos were available, and the tapes were available of him being eaten. His delusion had gone that far. And so some of these delusions, Cappy, you're right. There are larger monsters and bigger animals out there, and that we have deluded ourselves into not thinking that they're dangerous. This is a real sign of some of the crazies on the left and the right.
People are completely
you know.
disconnected from reality today.
Yes.
Wait.
There's a
We
complete-
do realize these women were not actually serious, right?
Dude,
No.
I've seen some of these chicks in the
women are any ever.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, we
how
do.
seriously are they about anything they ever say?
Yeah,
Like,
you can't.
So
some of these
I think a
gals
lot
though
of this-
I've
some of
seen
this-
arguing on Twitter, like they are taking it seriously. They're like, no, we have a point here. Like we want men to do better. It's like fuck off.
No,
Could
they
this
want
be
Twitter.
another.
I think it's just
another, like,
emotional
sign of how
communication. Yeah.
Women hate betas so much. Like
Mm.
women hate betas so much. Like I would rather hang out and be mauled by a bear than hang out with some guy who doesn't get it.
Oh, that's a good one.
With Paul Bauer.
How dare you, sir?
Like, well, what if because it's not even about a safety thing. It's just like, oh my god, these beta fucking douchebags are so insufferable. I would rather be eaten by a 1,200-pound grizzly bear than deal with this fucking douche. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, that's
guys, because we are in a bubble. We're in a little bit of a bubble because
True.
we talk with each other a lot. So the men that we interact with on a daily basis usually are men around our caliber. We're not dealing with the low level people that a lot of these women are dealing with. I'd have a little bit of sympathy because I do see some of these guys, and it's like, how are they supposed to react when they're surrounded by a bunch of douches? I don't know the chicken or the egg who came first, the miserable women or the miserable men. But there's definite problems all around.
Enough misery to go around.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Nuke, do you think the women have a point with this stuff, though? I mean, clearly the murder statistics show.
Well, first off,
I'm trying to say this with a straight face. It's really hard, but go ahead.
It all boils down to statistics. Like, if we're going to take the logical route on this, you're probably going to go crazy. But if you take the logical route on this, it's about encounters. Like, how many bears do you encounter? Like, women will throw out, well, there were like 6 bear deaths and like 100,000 domestic violence cases. I'm like, well, how many times do you encounter a bear versus how many times do you interact with men? Probably 1,000 times a day. You see men on the street. If you live in a city, it's probably 1,000. But do any of those men do anything to hurt you, anything like that? And it's also, this is a crazy statistic. It's men that women know personally, like boyfriends, family members, coworkers, that they are more risk than strangers. Strange men hurt women less than
they do.
So there's that. We have lesbians. Lesbians beat up their wives more than men beat up their wives.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
And also for this argument, the whole point of this argument, it solves 2 problems for women, right? Number one, it seeks to filter out men that don't get it versus men that get it, like John Fitch was saying. And number 2, it allows them to gives them an opportunity to nail themselves to the cross and garner sympathy, which is women's power. That's feminism. It's like, help me. If you don't understand why I would choose a bear, then you're part of the problem, right? What she's saying is, if you're an alpha, be like the bear and dangerous, because I'd rather hang out with you. But if you're a beta, fix this problem for me. It's basically, that's what it is. So yeah.
It's funny. Let's talk about that, right? Because I did look up these statistics too, because that also seems to be a thing that women like to bring up is the grape statistics. Because we're on YouTube, we can't say adult words here. So the grape statistics. I was just looking that up. Like, what are the grape statistics by state? And look at this, California. Yeah. One of where you're disarmed for your own protection because it's the safest state in the union, right? 18,000 reported grape instances. That's crazy.
The laws are geared to encourage it, and not only that, they won't break it down by the real numbers. You got to go into the feds. There is a lot of, shall we say, undocumenteds that participate in that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. And this doesn't even
also-
specify gender or anything like this.
You also have
Just
to have
yeah.
consideration that state by state have different calibers or
Criteria.
levels of definitions for rape.
That's right.
You know,
and
there
you
was-
also
there was
notice here
old,
that
there's that old statistic that gets thrown around all the time. Like, man, what was this? Like how many women have been assaulted or whatever, but it really came from a question and something, a magazine from the 70s. It was like, have you ever felt uncomfortable in the same room as a man? And that counted as abuse.
Yes, that's being pushed here very, very strongly.
Yeah. So
that's emotional
like
abuse.
California
John
rape
Mitch.
numbers may be really high, but are they saying that, oh, if you know, you made somebody uncomfortable because you looked at them funny, that's rape, that's rape now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So you
I do
gotta-
notice that the three
no.
biggest numbers here are like three of the largest states. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
you know, when you look at population size, it's probably, I don't know. But then, you know, Nuke brought up a good point too about the lesbians. This is an interesting stat that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah,
but
well, this is the same reason moms are the greatest instigators of domestic violence with kids. Like the largest group of participants in child abuse is like women as well. So physical assault on kids, women.
So this one here is interesting because it's domestic violence rates by gender and sexuality, right? Percentage of people who have experienced intimate partner violence, rape, or stalking in their lives. So bisexual women are at the top with 61%. The next is lesbian women, 44%. Then you have bisexual men, 37%, and then straight women, 35%, and then straight men, 29%, gay, 26%. So 43.8% of lesbian women and 61.1% of bisexual women have experienced intimate partner violence, rape, or stalking at some point in their lives, compared to 35% of heterosexual women. So have you know, one lady asked me on Facebook, she's like, I wonder why bisexual women have it more. And I go, well, they have twice the opportunity to run their mouths. That's probably going to get us demonetized. But what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think?
Here's one thing you didn't, but with the previous statistics in these, because I did look up, like, what the hell is happening? Is there an epidemic of raisoning going on? And you look at the data in the charts, and the rate of raisoning has gone down dramatically, and that's largely, among other things, due to the prawn and lower testosterone men. Then at 2012, it just shoots up. And I'm like, what the hell? Why 2012? To the point it's, I think, highest on the chart that I saw. I'm sorry, what is it? Crying Wolf. I'm wondering how much of these reports of these various crimes committed against them are legitimate versus people just reporting it more and expanding the definition or just outright lying about it. That is, and unfortunately, and people say, oh, how dare you not believe women? I got a poll, Tim Walsh, Tim something, Tim Cook, the internet guy, he has a chart. I have a chart showing me that the majority of women, they actually did take a poll. They just didn't do girls on the street. There's some data, of course, you know, you girls are saying you'd rather be with a bear than a man, tee-hee. And I got to believe that, oh, Bobby touched me. I'm sorry. No, I don't believe it anymore. So there's also an increase in sexual crime statistics. I don't believe it. Sorry, no. So the numbers there, the proportions, I would believe, okay, but I don't believe nominally they're that high. I don't. And so I'm sorry, you girls have been lying about so much shit as of recent that I can't believe these statistics anymore. And yeah, okay, fine. Is there whatever same sex or say non-traditional, non-heterosexual relationships? Is there an increase in that? Sure, fine. But I don't even know if it's that germane to the discussion.
Yeah.
I just think that women ultimately they're trying to communicate that they don't like men, like the average man.
No, Cappy's right on that.
Yeah, they just don't because it isn't. I think deep down, if they saw a screaming or animal charging towards them, they will look around for a man to protect them. That's like biological. That is built within you. Women will always look for a man to protect them in a bad situation. I know because I was in the military and I used to see it all the time.
Yep.
But what they're trying to say is it's the medium is the message. When you tell men that, hey, I don't feel safe around you, but I'm still going to use you and you're not really human, right? I just see you as a means to an end. You're saying you don't like
bear shield. We're just a bear shield.
Right.
Bear
And
shield, that's what it is.
And I think women really believe that. I think women deep down, they really believe that average men are so disgusting that they would rather be around the bear. So you have no choice but be an attractive guy and be your own mental port of origin, right? Because, you know, you're going to have to go through life being mad at every time a woman says something like this. It's basically just talking to the bottom half of men or the bottom 80% of whatever metric you use. And it's just like, you got to realize that once you get to a certain level as a man, you start seeing how women treat you differently. And it's because you left that group of men that were average, you know, the guys with 35% body fat, the guys that, you know, don't have a lot of money, the guys that don't put a lot of effort into themselves and all that stuff. Right. And then once you get to that point, then you start seeing women as more dangerous than bears, right? You start saying, yeah, I'd rather hang out with a bear than marry a girl without a prenup, or I'd rather hang out with a bear than date a girl with a questionable past, you know, or something like that.
I can see guys making a point like that, Nuke.
Yeah. So
let me ask you this. Cappy probably just went to use the head real quick, but have any of you guys like been out camping or hiking or anything like that and actually ran into a bear?
Yes.
Have you seen any of those videos of the guys? There was that video like a year or two ago, the guy on the trail and the bear like chasing him up. You hear him like,
yeah, it's scary.
Oh my god, and he's like kicking it in the face. That's horrifying. Watch that, ladies. Watch that. Like, I walk around shit faced at 3 a.m. in heels and skirts up to your vaginas and stumbling around. You're surrounded by fucking dudes everywhere, but magically somehow you still are comfortable walking around in that vulnerable type of condition, right? Like I'm not rolling around in honey and going around and kicking a bunch of bears in the balls in the woods and be like, yeah, I'm fine. Like,
Paul, I have ran into a go ahead, Thor.
No, it's just a serious animal. This is not, Yogi Bear. It's not that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people haven't been around large animals, maybe either. I have a Presa Canario, right? My dog. He's 125 pounds, and this is the most athletic animal I've been around. And it's scary when like he's a cute little big puppy, whatever, big pussy, and then like something triggers him and he drops the bass in his voice. Ugh, right? Shakes the windows in the house. I'm like, oh shit. Like this is a beast. Like this would be a battle if I had to do something with this monster. And that's like 1/7, 1/8 of the size of a grizzly bear.
And he's domesticated.
And he's domesticated. Holy balls. Like if I can scream, what did you do? And he'll put his tail between his legs. Right? Like a grizzly bear. No, like it's crazy. Like, you know, because I've seen my dog like he notices something out of place and the hair ridgeline sticks up on his back and he starts growling and it's like go time. And I'm like, oh wow, this is interesting. Because you see the shift from like this little docile like animal who's like really, you know, playful with my children and comforting and whatever, and he flips that switch into like, oh shit, I might have to kill something right now. Like you see this like physical change in the body like instantly, and you're like, oh wow, like you feel an energy change. You're like, okay, I'm with the serious animal right now.
Yeah.
And men are domesticated. We're more domesticated than dogs, right? Because we constantly don't hurt people and do the things that we were designed to do. Like men were killing machines. We were designed to kill things, and we don't. When was the last time the average person, kills something?
We don't talk about that.
We're hairless murder apes.
Exactly.
That's hairless murder ape. It's a question for polite company. So hey, Cappy, Cappy, you said you ran into a bear before.
No, I've not ran into a bear before. Put me up on the main screen, though. I want to show you guys my new avatar I got. I have ran into a mountain lion, and I think Nuke hit on it. We are so protected from actual threats and danger that if you were to be out there like I was, and I kind of spooked this mountain lion, holy shit, the adrenaline that I got, and just your heart just sinking like, oh, because I didn't have a gun. I'm like, oh shit. This is real strong talk from girls hidden behind the internet in downtown London or wherever those tramps were. If you're out in the middle of I talked about this before on my channel, the real question shouldn't be you're alone with either a man or a bear. I want to know what's going to happen when there's a man and a bear present. What are you going to do? Are you going to run to the bear to protect from the man, like kind of hide behind the bear? You're going to run to the man. You're going to run right to that man and use him as a bear meat shield. That's what's going to happen. And so, yes, I have ran into animals in the wild, the mountain lion. I prefer a bear over a mountain lion. Thankfully, it ran away. But yes, there is no doubt and this is why it's all bullshit. These girls they fucking drink their fucking lattes and they fucking major and take other men's money, studies. And like, oh my God, I'm so fucking intelligent. I'm going to sit here in the city. Oh my God, fuck off. Just fuck off.
I have ran into a bear once up on the mesa, the Grand Mesa. There's bears up there, and I go hiking up there all the time. And it was a cub though, and
that's worse.
It's a cub. And if you guys know anything about bears, if you find a cub in the woods, that's even scarier because mama is just around the corner, and mama bears are fucking brutal.
Paul, the problem though in trying to explain this to modern Western women is they don't understand the concept of liking their child or raising it or having it. I mean, most of it, they want to abort it or get rid of it out so it's at the daycare. So maybe you could explain to Western women tuning in that there are creatures in the world that actually like and care their children, but that's maybe a separate conversation.
That would be a separate episode. But yeah, I'm walking through the woods. I'm sort of off the main trail, and we're going through a clearing, and I'm with my dog. And my dog, well, she's old now, but at that time, she's a really good hunting dog, and she chases after everything. And I see that cub, and I notice my dog doesn't see it. I'm like, oh shit, if my dog goes after that cub, she's dead. Because that mama is going to come out and maul my dog, right? So I had to hold my dog.
Have you seen how fast bears are and how fast they climb? It's ridiculous.
35 miles an hour. Yeah. 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, not something I want to mess with. And I even go up in the woods armed. I go hiking armed because of that. There's mountain lions and there's bears up there. It's no joke.
The Revenant, isn't that the movie where he fights the
we played that. We played that at the beginning, John.
Okay. Oh my good God. Oh my good God. I was sweating.
That's pretty much how the bears do it, though. They just get right down and dirty and start eating you from the ass.
Have you ever listened to a person talk about being attacked by a bear? Yep. Like, he was biting my head and I could hear crunching. Like his skull cracking. Oh my God.
Yeah. Don't want to mess with that.
Jesus. There were like 2 or 3 wrestlers. I think it was 3 wrestlers some years ago, where one guy got attacked by a bear and the other wrestlers had to jump in and so it was like a 3-on-1 of this bear. They all got fucked up, but they
should have filmed it and put it on paper.
You're talking about pro wrestlers?
They're like high school or college wrestlers.
Oh,
and they were fighters, so they knew at least.
They're like, I'm going to fight a bear. Let's.
well, their friend got jumped, and that's your friends, right? Your friend got jumped by a bear, and you're like, they jumped right in to help him.
One thing I read is if you're going in the woods, if you have 2 dogs, you have 2 companion dogs, that really discourages a lot of wildlife.
Yes, it
just
does.
Being noisy in general typically keeps most of the wild animals. They don't want to mess with humans for the most part. That's why if you ever watch like Alone, right? The people walk around going, "Hey bear, hey bear, hey bear." Yep. They're just making noise. You can make any kind of noise you want. You don't have to say "Hey bear."
Right.
Would you guys like to hear my official bear chant that I used at Glacier National Park almost 20 years ago?
Oh, I hope it's throat singing.
Yeah, I want to hear that, and then after that, I want to play a commercial for my my course.
Okay, here's what this has kept me safe in Glacier National. You go, hey bear, hamana, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey bear, no bear, any bear out there? No bear, hamana, 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 1, 2, 3. You say that, it's practically impossible to get attacked by a bear.
Particularly when you're doing parkour on a glacier.
Yes. when you're not really hiking, you're parkouring. Yeah. Guys, if you didn't know, I'm having a sale on my dating course. 70% of relationships start online nowadays, but you're tired of being stuck in the dating app dead end. Swipe after swipe, and all you get is ghosted or worse, bot matches. The problem isn't you. It's that most dating apps are designed to favor the top 20% of guys. And if your profile isn't up to par, you're just another swipe left. The solution? No cold approach in the cow pasture. While the course may have a funny name, it will show you how to optimize your dating profile. It will show you how to take perfect photos and write bios that get you noticed. You'll also learn how to spot and avoid bots, catfish, and time wasters. I originally designed this course for guys who live in rural flyover country, where the opportunity to meet women organically in person just isn't possible, or your options are severely limited. But this course will work for guys in big cities too. In fact, it'll work better for guys that live in big cities because you have way more options than guys that live out in rural areas. Wherever you are, no cold approach in the cow pasture will help you meet high quality women in your area. It will help you to close for more dates than you ever thought possible. Because not only do I teach you how to optimize your online dating profile on dating apps, the real secret sauce is I show you how to meet women on Facebook and Instagram and how to slide into their DMs using a virtual cold approach method using video messages. Ready to be a part of the top 20%? Don't miss your chance. Visit dates.comeonmanpod.com. That's dates.comeonmanpod.com to sign up now. And for the entire month of May, take 50% off with code May50 at checkout.
I got a question.
Hopefully you meet some women that prefer you over bears. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do I now have, is that what the millennials are doing? I got to get a string of lights to wrap around me and the girl I'm dating.
Oh,
and do I have to do that? Or am I still straight if I do that?
Only for the gram. You only do that for the gram.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Nuke, do you do that? Do you take pictures with girls with fucking strings of lights around you and shit?
It's smiling and looking all head back to back.
I can write a list of the.
Why wouldn't you?
I can write a list of the pics that every girl takes, and it's all the same. All women have the same photos on dating apps. It's kind of hilarious. They all have the picture of them with the neon sign at a restaurant. They have a picture of them on a kind of like rooftop dinner place. They have, depending on how ratchet they are, they'll have the one booty chick on the sink picture. Yeah. And
the picture in front of the angel wings.
Oh yeah, that one, the Nashville.
Oh
picture. Yeah.
There's got to be a boat or something outdoors, kind of like traveling boat adventure kind of thing.
Yeah, and then depending if she's unattractive, then she'll have a group picture with all her friends. As the main picture, like it's very predictable.
Nowhere there are lights hanging around. You went to the Christmas store and you just draped some lights around you. There's not that picture.
Yeah, when it's the holidays, near the holidays, they'll start.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get my online dating game. I should do that for a month, like an experiment. Just do online dating and see what happens. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Just and that'll be your next book. Like, oh my God, look at these whores.
Try Bumble. They finally changed their business model. It's hilarious, but
have they actually implemented that, or because they were just talking about it? But
Bumble's about to go bankrupt. I don't think they can save it. All the dating apps are not doing so well right now.
Yeah, their financials, I looked at it's pretty much over. Most of those dating apps are going to go under.
Well, that's why a lot of guys are just sick of the dating apps. They're so sick.
Everything's going under. The economy's collapsing.
Yeah. There's definitely edges afraid.
Yeah, guys don't have the money to date anyway, so
everything's so ridiculously expensive.
You know what it really is? I think these women are
my girl to getting her nails done. the other day, and used to get a mani-pedi for like 40-45 bucks. Now it's just one is like you gotta pay. It's like 80 to $100 now.
On
Crazy.
one toenail, it's 100.
Yeah, like,
I wonder how much it is for a peenie petty. I don't know. About $40.
All
I don't
these
know,
damn
Cappy.
bears taking our women away on the dating apps. All these alpha bears stealing our
That's what
woman
we should
folk.
do, guys.
Oh,
The
here's a
Real Girl dating
way to
app,
test the
there's
women on bears.
match up bears with single women.
Here's a way to test them.
Bearlove.com, the next dating app for women. Why aren't the bears approaching me? I said I winked at them on bearalpha.com.
Ladies, you got to walk around with
bear
a stake tied around your neck. That's how you attract the bear.
Well, I'll say this: we could blame Disney a lot for a lot of this bear versus man thing. Because first off, all women are entitled to the highest status prince of the land, right? Which is whatever Prince Charming, literally Prince Charming, right? Depending on what movie. Number two, if you guys notice in Disney movies, animals are portrayed as woman's assistant.
Yes,
and like the gay friend, right? Look at Mulan, the little dragon. Look at I don't know, Cinderella. Like a lot of Disney movies have animals that are dangerous, like cold-blooded killing machines, as the princess's like little assistant.
familiar. Yeah.
So women have always seen, exactly. Like Jasmine has the tiger. Tigers eat people for fun, right? Like they don't care. I've heard the stories from India because I have a couple Indian coworkers, and they tell me like, tigers are they circle around villages and wait for a hole in the village to kill people. So women see these cuddly creatures, and also in the Disney movies they grew up with, they're just like, I'd rather be with this bear because bears. It's gonna be like a Disney movie where I'm gonna walk in the forest and the bear's gonna sit next to me, and there's gonna be butterflies, and I'm gonna sing to the animals. It's gonna be like a musical. And I'm like, no, reality is a little different. Those creatures either hate you, want to run away from you, or if you even come close to their children, they want to kill you. Unlike women, where they kill children themselves. So
I wonder how much of it is. Do you guys ever see the cartoon We Bear Bears?
We Bear? No.
Oh yeah,
it is
Ice Bear.
cartoon. And the bears are all very.
Let's watch it.
That's Ice Bear, who I give. But I don't think that We Bear Bears has convinced women that bears are safer than men. But maybe everyone's a really big fan of We Bear Bears.
Well, maybe it helps them with their common sense. We could always ask the question when we hit the street: would you rather be in the forest with a man, or with a bear, or with mosquitoes? Interesting to hear the answer. Mosquitoes are the most deadly animal on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they carry the most diseases. Oh, also, one thing that people are missing about this argument is how women are trying to gaslight us into thinking they really care about their own safety. Right? That is the biggest thing that people aren't talking about. They're like, well, bears. I'm like, you got to understand, women don't care about their own safety. If you look at the numbers, women are traveling alone more than ever before, and that number is going up. And they're not traveling to go see grandma. They're not traveling to go to their friend's wedding. They're traveling to foreign countries by themselves, even places where people are like, don't go. They're like India, or like they're going and they go to nightclubs and they walk around alone and they do all these things alone, right? And then they come back and they say, I don't feel safe around the average man. And I'm like, you traveled abroad to a town or city you didn't know by yourself. You went out by yourself at night alone, and you stayed in an Airbnb where you don't know the owner, nothing. And then they turn around and look at us and say, American men, we don't trust you, right? And it's just like, you have to really look at that and realize that it's a joke. They don't
anybody
they don't
who
care about themselves. Yeah.
Anybody who was single and dating in 2020 knows that women aren't that concerned with their safety, because there are plenty of women would readily meet with you for the first time by coming over to your house.
Yeah.
Off a dating.
And it lends credence that, again, to my complicated theory that this is all unconscious cartelish behavior to get more favorable treatment out of men. I wish Ryan was here because he'd have some insight, but I love his quote. What do women want? They want more. So they can go overseas to where there's a high risk of bad things happening to them. And then they could come back to the United States. Oh, I don't feel safe anymore around here. All right. And if they universally just say, okay, what do you want? And the answer is more. More what? More preferential treatment, more sympathy, more attention, more, I don't know what men.
Validation.
Well, I don't know if it's validation, but think about let's take them at face value. Well, here's a good question for all you guys. I feel safer around bears than men. So the question I would ask them is, okay, what do you want us to do about that? What do you think the women want us to do about it? What would make them happy in this particular instance?
You know
Good
what you
question.
do. You know what you do if your girl comes up or any other girl, you just give them a teddy bear and you be like, that's cute, dear. That's what you fucking do. You give them a
Right.
teddy bear and that's it.
That's the answer. But what I'm trying to point out in trying to answer the question, okay, what do you want? What would you like us men to do? It points out the absurdity of these girls saying we feel safer around bears than around men. And so, and having anyone try to struggle to answer that question would make you realize just what a false question or a premise this is about being safer around bears.
I think they might say today is that, well, I feel unsafe because, the government says you're a domestic terrorist, Cappy, so I'm more unsafe with you than with a bear.
I'm on a list.
Yeah.
Going back to what Nuke was saying about women just don't care about their safety. Do you guys remember it was way back in like 2008 that one lady, she went on some kind of peace pilgrimage to the Middle East to try to prove that the people in the Middle East were
It's happened a few times.
Yeah, and the lady goes there and gets raped and murdered, and it's like, well, what did you think was going to happen? Like those countries are not good places for women. Like the United States, you guys have it pretty fucking good here. In the UK, you ladies have it pretty fucking good, but they still want to complain. Actually, that reminds me of another video. Well, while you guys are chatting things up, I found this one the other day. I'll try to find it here and show it. You were going to say something, Fitch. You said that's happened multiple times.
Yeah. Like bleeding heart liberal types will go to,
third world shitholes.
Third world shitholes.
Just say it. Third world shitholes.
And pretend that like, oh, we're just going to bike across the country and things are going to be fine. And then the first group of people they run into, they get raped and murdered.
Yeah, that happens not frequently, but
I know I've heard that story at least 3 times.
There's Amy Beale who got murdered in a village in Africa. There were the girls that hiked in Morocco, and I think there
was a couple that were biking somewhere.
Yeah, and biking. Yeah, it's the world is super safe, and these evil Western white men are all bad, and America's an oppressive place, and it's the patriarchy. And then you run into a true patriarchy, and then you don't come home.
Afghanistan. Look what happened in Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah.
We're all empowered, and the Taliban said this ends now, today, right now. And then all the women were like, yep, we're Taliban now, too. All it took,
we used to just go and steal them. We used to just go and steal them.
Yeah. Took one woman getting beheaded, sadly, for the women to be like, oh, okay, we were just kidding. We'll go back to the
Tee-hee, it was a phase.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that the deal though? Spew all this bullshit and say, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Here, did you guys see this?
Here he is.
I think a woman in general, right, ladies? I'm just kidding. It's easy. Shut up, bitches. We have everything. We have everything we've ever wanted, and we're still not happy. I think we're the problem.
Yeah. They've had everything. Were you guys able to hear the audio on that?
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Well, that's the lesson, is that there is no goal to feminism or anything. It's always to take more and more and more. There is no like, hey, we're happy now, right? We could solve every
finish line.
Yeah, we could solve every female problem today, like breast cancer, SNAP, unequal treat, whatever version of whatever they complain about. Because as men, we can't even keep up. Today, it's like we're not safe enough. We're more dangerous than a wild animal. Sure,
we should never have to keep up. Yeah,
and then you wake up tomorrow, and there's going to be something else to complain about. They will never be happy with how much we fix their problems, right? So there's only one solution left, and that is to become the bear. You have to become the bear that they bit. You have to become the person that they bitch about, because at least you give them, you solve their number one problem, and that is something to bitch about, because they just love to bitch. So just be the asshole, be the guy that I've been called bear 4 times on the timeline yesterday. And I'm like, that's good. That means that I'm pissing them off, which I'm eliciting an emotional response. And that is what they want. They want
That is true.
to feel something. So yeah.
It's good for those Elon ducats too.
Yeah.
I got a better option, like just walk away.
Ah,
Nah,
yep.
I'm not dealing with the bear argument. I'm done. Bye. You go. Yeah, you're right. Men are horrible. I'm gonna go for a hike in the woods.
You win.
You win. There you go. You're right. Men are horrible. We'll just leave you the fuck alone for the next 50 years. Have fun. I'm gonna go watch some anime.
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing, Cappy. As men check out, right? Because there's different types of checking out. Like there's guys that are competent and built themselves up, and then they check out. And for them, checking out means I'm just not going to get married. I'll have girlfriends or whatever, depending on the man, right? And then there's guys that are incompetent or haven't built themselves up yet, and they check out like 23 years old. They check out. They're just like, I don't care. So what ends up happening is now women have a new problem, which is now they got to share the guys that didn't check out as much as the other guys. So it's always going to be about women. Women are going to be always the victims, no matter how safe society is. They're always going to be the victim, and they're always going to gain power from being the victim. And it's going to be like that.
But it won't end. And it's getting so absurd that most men are looking at it. Like I think kind of germane and related to this is the delusion calculator.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was very instrumental in showing men, like, look, here's some math. Here, these girls are not based in reality. So at least men are aware, and it completely disincentivizes men. Like I'm not, I mean, seriously, you look at that like, gee whiz, I gotta be, I gotta make 100,000 and I gotta be 6 feet tall, which is not impossible. I mean, if you're 6 feet tall, these are things that are within but you're like about what, 75% of the people aren't 6 feet tall. And as more and more irrational expectations are requested by women, a lot of guys like, I can't do it, or there's no way I can do it. I don't think I can do that. And not being entirely irrational. And now it's like, okay. And for all of us working this hard and doing this, we're still not as safe as bears. And you can just see guys saying, this is fucking, even the dumb guys can figure out, say, this is stupid. This is dumb. I'm going home. This is middle school girl playground bullshit. And we're done with it.
But that's also good. That's also guys that are taking these women seriously.
I was just about to say, yes, here we are taking seriously what they're saying.
And a lot of guys that are like that, like, oh, I'm not 6 feet tall, I might as well give up. I mean, those are the kind of guys with the mindset of where they think about why they can't do anything instead of how they can accomplish something.
Agreed.
European.
Let me spin it around a different way. Why the fuck are we dealing with this? Like, seriously, why is it? Yes, we could argue that why should men have to interpret what women are saying? Why do we have to figure out, are they lying? Are they testing us? Fuck this shit. The fuck out of here with this crap. No, okay. A girl says, I want to have a guy who's 6'1" and he better make this amount of money. Now I have this as an added, I thought we're all equals here. Now I have to, as an added burden, say, is this a child lying to me? Is this someone who's tested? Yes. I know the answer is yes, Jack. I'm just trying to point out the absurdity of who's being a mature, responsible adult and who is not. And so I'm very sympathetic with these guys who are like, whether the guy says, okay, she says she wants 6'1" and somebody who is safer than a bear. All right. I understand she's lying. Okay. I'm 5'10". I'm still going to ask her out. Anyway, yeah, I know that's based in reality, but there's also the philosophical, I'd almost say self-respecting piece of a guy who's like, she's lying to me. Really? You want someone who's over 6 feet tall and is safer than a bear and makes a no. I'm done.
Women can't measure.
Hold on. You want to go philosophical on this one? Even Aristotle said that women and children are alike. Yeah. He even said it. He knew. He knew. Women and children are alike.
Only a child would say bears are dangerous and then go to a foreign country and stay in an Airbnb in the ghetto. and only a child would do something like that.
My point is not whether women are children or not. That's not my point. My point is the absurdity that this is a topic of discussion rationalizes men saying, fuck it, I'm out. Yeah. I can totally understand a man say, here's what it is.
So this is a good thing.
You are asking men to play a fucking mind game. That's what you're doing. And I could see a guy saying, okay, it's a mind game. Girls just be like this. Okay, I'll play the game. I can also see a guy saying, I don't have time for this bullshit. I'm not playing mind games. Middle school ended years ago. I'm done with this. I'm out. And I don't think it's like, yes, there are certainly those guys who are looking for a reason not to do something. Oh, it's hopeless. Like your incel or virgin towel guys. I get that. I can also see guys like, you know what? If I have to play this game with this girl now about bears, or you got to be 6'3" and don't need no snap to the north, south, east, west, I want a woman who's not going to play games. I think that right there is where that's also a rational and reasonable take on this for men who are just too fucking tired.
Damn, Cappy, could we have missed the whole point? Are they just talking about furries here?
So Jack wanted to share this. Jack, be careful how you explain this. We're going to try to do this without getting completely
blame me. Don't blame me. I just shared it. I saw it.
So there's this thing, right? I'll go with the statistics. I choose the bear, and then Giga Stacy says, "I'll go with the statistics too." What race is the man? What does that mean? What does this mean, Jack Napier? I don't understand.
It goes into a deeper political topic where you saw that the states across the border are also the states with the highest statistics.
Oh,
well, this is very relevant to the topic too, because these women that truly believe
voted in.
Yeah. Well, these women that believe that bears are safer than men, they have power. They're CEOs. They're high level people in government, right? They truly believe this stuff. And our tax dollars are going to make women happy. I have never seen a bigger waste of money than trying to make women happy. Like, it is
write that down.
Yeah. Literally, dating in itself is crazy because you're spending money for a girl to listen to like have a chance to get laid if you think about it. And there's only one way.
Don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
Like, you guys go on dates? Like, huh? Like they show up at your house, right, to drink coffee. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
In rare occasions, you can't do that, but like in general.
Yeah, it's a crazy concept when you really think about it. But yeah, no amount of money is going to ever make women happy. No amount of spending, whether it be from a man to a woman or government to a woman, they'll always want more.
Nuke, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt, but Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi, they just seem like such happy women. Look at all the money and the power. Aren't they the happiest women you've ever seen, Nuke?
I posted on Twitter the other day, women, especially in Western countries, women have everything they've ever wanted, and they're all on SSRIs, right? Like,
there we go. There you have it. End the stream right there.
What was your go ahead, finish your thought there, Nuke. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, yeah, it's just that women will never be happy, and men don't understand a lot of times when they deal with women why they feel so unhappy themselves. It's because you're dealing with someone that is never going to be happy. Like you as a guy, you could have really minimal stuff. You could live a minimalistic lifestyle, don't spend a lot of money, have almost, like you don't even have to work that hard, and you'll be happy. The only thing is like maybe you want a little bit more because you want hotter chicks or more notoriety, more respect from other men. But for the most part, you'll be happy as a man with very little. And then a woman comes into your life and now you're changing the curtains every 3 months and buying new curtains. And you don't know why as a guy. You're just like, why are we getting new furniture? And why are we getting new curtains? And why are you telling me that
why did I have to get a couch?
Yeah. And also you see, if you go on TikTok and you see the topics about
where did all these pillows come from?
Exactly.
Why are these little towels everywhere?
Yeah. And then you go on TikTok and women with boyfriends, women that have made a contract and men that have made a contract with a woman that they love saying, hey, if anything ever happened to you, I would take a bullet, a knife, a fist to the face for you. Even though you can leave at any moment, even though you can destroy me in the legal system, she is questioning her boyfriend. If I were to, if something were to happen to me, who do you trust more, a random man or a bear? And he has to say bear to make her happy, because it's not enough that he's dedicated his life to protecting and providing for her. He also has to apologize for his own gender. And that is making guys crazy. And that is what's making guys check out, because like Cappy said, this is ridiculous. You have to stop caring about what women say and look at what they do. I don't care what women say. They can say that they'd rather hang out with a line and that all men are the R word, right? And I would still say, hey, do you want to come over? And let's cook, have wine, and let's have sex. And they'll be like, okay. And then, you know, with the cross-eyed, okay, we'll do whatever you want. And then they'll leave, and then they'll go on TikTok and do it, because who she is speaking to is betas. Unless you're a beta, she's not speaking to you. She's only speaking to betas. The alphas get it. And the alphas are going to be like, look at these betas and alphas fighting over something stupid. Anyway, you want to come over, and these women also like violent sex scenes. Like, they are watching violent sex on porn, right? Guys, we like, if we watch stuff, it's just like normal sex, maybe a little bit dirty, but women are watching like gangbangs and stuff like that. So there is something to violence that women find sexually attractive. So be the bear. That's all I'm saying. Just be dangerous.
Be the bear.
Yeah.
Don't be the nice guy. Speaking of which, John wants to share this meme here.
Exactly. That's exactly it. You summarized my point in a meme. Thanks, John. Perfect. Perfect.
That's diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, that perfectly sums up the whole entire show right there.
Yeah.
These poor girls, they just want to vent, you know? They just want to vent.
Yeah.
They need to get fucked. They need to have an orgasm. That's all it is. They need to fucking have a drink, chill the fuck out, have an orgasm, realize life is okay. Yeah. Drop the fucking feminist hate-filled bullshit and just get laid. God almighty.
We live in a pandemic of underfucked women.
Yes, we
do. Have you guys ever seen that? Have you guys ever seen that meme that Sterling had put into a survey where it had a cartoon? Maybe it was Rich Cooper. I can't remember exactly. Sorry, guys. All bald guys.
The woman with the foot on her face.
You're right there. You're right there. And the women
Sterling.
responding. That was Sterling. Okay. And said, "How would you feel about this?" Almost all of them said, "If he's hot, it's great. That's it." The foot is on the face from behind, just stomping on her. And it's like, the response was pretty amazing and eye-opening. I think most men miss it.
Yeah. Was like, I mentioned it on my stream the other day. It was like the, what is it? America's Got Talent or whatever. And there was that good looking singer, and Katy Perry was just like dropping eggs over this guy. And he was like, "Ma'am, I just have so much respect for you." And she goes, "Don't respect me."
Yeah. She didn't want that.
There's nothing a woman wants more than to be disrespected by a hot looking dude.
It's a weird time in history right now where you telling a girl "I hate you" is going to make her like you than you saying "I love you" when you're first meeting a girl. Like,
oh, that's interesting, because I think that plays into this whole debate style of emotional communication that's been adopted in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah. Like you having negative words and attention, giving women negative attention makes them more like you, more want to be around you more than, and that's what they're saying with this bear stuff. Like, I prefer danger and violence over being with a dork that's going to use sneaky fucker game and try to
bingo.
Yeah. So
Nuke, what you'd be saying, to clarify your thoughts a little bit, women prefer the bear over male feminist. That might be a way of.
There you go. Exactly, Cappy. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, they're afraid of average men because average men have to use sneaky ways to get laid. Some of them have to pay. Some of them have to like wait for her to be drunk. Some of them have to be their friend for 6 months.
Stop giving away all my strategies, Nuke. Jesus.
The bear is just like, "Hey, want some fuck?" And the girl's like, "Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know." And while the average man is like, "Hey, I see you're single again. Like, you want to hang out and get some beer and talk about how your ex-boyfriend was such a dick." And then,
that's that's the appeal of sneaky fucker game, is that it sometimes works. You know?
And also if you think about it, bears, why women like bears? Well, they're tall, they're brown, they have multiple baby mamas, they're unemployed, they don't raise their kids,
potential for great violence.
Yeah, so basically a bear is like T-Rash animal form, Cappy.
You're the only person on the panel, Nuke, that can say that.
And Nuke, you're the most bear whisperer.
It's the polar bear, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for
so good.
Polar bear is the sauced up white boy version of that.
Oh, crazy.
Thanks for being our affirmative action hire, Nuke.
Yeah, you're safe. We just need We need a Jewish person. We'll be
What do you?
completely
What?
Wait,
Whoa,
Cappy's
whoa,
part
whoa.
Jewish.
Quarter Jew over here. What the hell, man?
Oh, no wonder we haven't been canceled yet. Thanks.
Why do you think I'm so damn cheap and I got good money? What the hell?
I was
do you think
just
I
about
came
to
from
say.
discipline?
I was just about to say, why else do you think you're so stingy?
No, he bought me a cigar and he got my tab.
Oh,
right?
you
Well,
have to pay.
Yeah, but he's writing that off.
Hold it.
Oh,
Let
that's
me
right.
explain some. Okay, I'm only a quarter Jew. Sometimes the Scandinavian Spaniard in me comes out and buys people things that I don't have to. But then the Jew in me says, hey, save that receipt. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Just got that shit.
Oh, damn it. This is
Great Uncle Herschel. May he rest in peace.
Oh, God.
What we have some super chats. What do you guys say? I think we've covered the topic. What do you say we go through the super chats and then go around the horn? And
this is becoming unbearable.
Oh,
hey!
hey.
There.
Wait.
God.
That was good.
All right, we've got the first one from Nonstop Dre sent a whole bunch today. So he sent $2 super chat. We need to send them to Bears ASAP for that clip. He must be talking about the
Reverend.
The reverent clip here. I'm going to give him this one here.
Shame this horse.
We're going to
Shame this horse.
Oh,
Shame this horse.
I have it on loop. Damn it. There we go. We got okay. But we do need to shame those here. And then we got another one from Nonstop Dre, $2. Planned Parenthood killed more kids than bears. Probably. Probably. Sleeper with a 501 says, I'd like to see those girls from earlier handle a week in Outback, Australia. Handling our spiders is a requirement for some women on dating apps.
No. I will not be dealing with Australian spiders, sir. I have seen that.
Jack, do you still have the gift
Gotta
I
be a
sent
number
you?
to call.
Do I still have Han Solo?
Show the audience what I sent you from South Dakota.
Where is
You
Han
lost
Solo?
it?
Boy, is it PG-13?
No,
Nah,
this
it's
is
fine.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
I called her Han.
Yeah, Han Solo.
That is an actual Black Widow spider frozen in raisin that Cappy sent me as a warning.
Resin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever. It's frozen in carbonite. Cappy sent me this as a warning.
I didn't send it to you as a warning.
Oh, yes, it is.
Don't cut. I showed you the picture of it, and you're like, "Oh God, are those in South Dakota? I'll never go over there." And then I waited an appropriate 4 days for you to forget about it. I said, "Hey, what's your mailing address?" And then the distrustful fucker that you are you going to send me that spider? No, I'm like,
Yeah. We'll give him this one here.
Horse people, they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Or gifts, by the way, but I won't talk about that on air.
Or even spiders. You have to they have 2 battle phases. You have to fight them twice.
Nonstop Dre with another $2 super chat. Women, just be more like Ted Bundy, less like Cappy. Ooh.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about how many love letters serial killers get in prison as well. Women don't care about their safety. They don't give a shit about their safety.
No, they like dangerous men and animals, apparently. Mike Steele, brother Mike Steele, $2 super chat. I blame Baldur's Gate 3 nuke node. What is that?
Baldur's Gate.
I've never played that, so
overrated game.
Yeah.
There you go. I've never played that.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah. Nonstop Dre again with another $2 super chat. Gen A guys rather have AI girlfriend than a real one like TFM. TFM has an AI girlfriend. Is that
TFM has a sex doll with an AI programmed interaction? Yeah, Celestina is what he named her, and then I think he interacts with her on a computer. I don't know exactly how it works. But yes, that is, thankfully, it's not the majority of people, and I'm not questioning TFM's decision, but that's an increasing trend where younger men are just like, forget it, I need interaction, and they're going online to interact with AI, quote, female software.
That's sad.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about that. Okay.
They all forgot that it's all transactional, gentlemen. All of it.
Let's see. Another one from Nonstop Dre, $2. Everyone knows Cappy loves bears, aka hairy rainbow men. And I think he means gay.
Hey.
The cock and tame the cunt.
Let's see here. Cappy needs to raise the orgasms per capita.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Another one from Nonstop Dre. Women
Jesus
prefer
Christ.
dogs greater than bears, than men, unless Chad Elkins. Is that right? Prefer dogs, then bears, then men, unless Chad Elkins. Okay. Another one from Nonstop Dre. Thank you, brother. I appreciate all these. I don't deal with that BS living overseas. It's great. Okay. A Pringles can with veins. Hold on. He must walk into the club.
Walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock.
He says, make them hug a grizzly. Grizzle.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
I see what you did there with the grizzle thing. I see what you did there. Nonstop Drake, $2. I don't date. I just mate. Okay. Unrealized Thoughts, $2. Cougar in the wild or cougar in the club?
Club.
I choose a cougar in the wild. They're safer. I don't know. And then lastly, we have $2 Canadian from Cold Man Bugwell. Don't take seriously what God has created for fun. I think that's
very poignant.
Alan Watts. Yep.
That's a fair statement to say here. Oh, all right. So that's pretty much the show, guys. Let's just go around the horn. Final thoughts. We got another $2 one from Johnny again. Writing a Corey Wayne-esque book on how to be a 3% bear. Yeah.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah. All right.
Fair game.
Let's start with Cappy. What do you got what are your final thoughts and what do you got going on?
My final thoughts is this is girls being childish and doing tribalistic behavior to yet get more from men. More of what? Just more. And as Nuke concluded, and rightly so, you can largely ignore this. Unfortunately, because it's so sensational and so absurd, men who are not terribly red pill aware are going to take this seriously. And this is further going to poison the well and worsen the sex war between men and women. And so, for our audience and any guy, you can largely ignore this. Girls should be ashamed you're engaging in this ridiculous, childish behavior. But, woman gonna woman, I guess. And then what I got going on, nothing really. I'm just going to go and enjoy some more hiking up here in South Dakota for the summer. If you want, I got my books out more germane to the topic we're talking here. Is the Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI in the Pursuit of Women. And then I got courses on Teachable that, look, if you're done with the girls and the woman folk, all right, you're done with this bullshit, go get your finances together. And there on Teachable at the Clary School of Economic Philosophy, I have How to Stop Being Lazy, which is a short $50 course. So stop being lazy. The Dad You Never Had. And then also Achieving Financial Excellence. So when you're done with this circus and you're like, yeah, I think I need a break, maybe go and focus in on your finances and work on that household in your life and you'll improve your life. If you invest in getting your finances together, no one's ever come out of that worse. So you have some resources there on my Teachable account.
All right. Jack's got to go. So let's go with Jack next.
Okay, that's cool. The link to my channel is in the chat, if you'll be so kind to go check that out. Did Red Evening last night for you guys, this morning for me. Tomorrow we're doing Post Zero, Nuke, Archwinger. All the guys will be there. My final thoughts on this, pat them on the head. Just pat them on the head. It's kind of like what Nuke said, where it's like when you look at Beauty and the Beast and things like that, they want to tame the beast. But when they say stuff like this, you just pat them on the head. Like, that's cute, dear. Of course you want a bear. It's like, yeah, it's adorable. That's all it is. It's adorable. You laugh about it.
Yeah. Nuke, what are your final thoughts and what do you got going on?
Final thoughts. Basically, when it comes down to this whole bear versus man thing, like I was saying before, it's a filter. They're trying to see who takes the bait, who gets angry, worked up. If a girl in real life ever asks you, either just go along with it as the same how you would react if she asked you about abortion or whatever polemic topic going on. Just smile, agree, and move on, right? Remember that women just want you to play along and they want you to get it. Just let them have these little arguments and realize that you can't control the universe. Women are going to be women. They're always going to want more. And it stops with you. It stops with you, the individual. So, yeah.
What do you got going on, Nuke?
So shows Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central, and then I'm about to go on Dragons, and then Sunday we have Post Zero at 10:30 Central. We're gonna talk about the same thing, maybe a little bit more relaxed atmosphere and all that. So yeah.
All right, sounds good. John Fitch, what do you got going on, brother?
Yeah. Guys, don't worry about children saying ridiculous things. That's what they do. Just kind of enjoy yourself. You know, I like that. I like that. Don't take serious what God intended for fun. I think I need to remind myself of that often. But yeah, other than that, go to my Gumroad, guys. Right. Put that in the chat. But I got programs, fighting, fitness, all that fun stuff. Check it out. I also do seminars, private lessons, small groups. I've got my summer trip planned. I got a date. I think, what is it? July 20th. I'll be in Reno, Nevada. I'll have more info on that as we get things more finalized. And then I think I'll be in Chicago in August, or outside of Chicago. So just keep watching my stuff. There's some fights tonight I'll be watching, Canelo and UFC. And then my John Fish Knows Nothing will be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. You guys can check it out. I'll talk about the fights. All right. That's all I got.
All right. Thor, what do you got going on?
Be more masculine. That's what I say. Be the bear. Be the bear. Anyway, I don't have much else going on, guys. Come check us out on the Dragon Ship after the show, and we'll chop it up with some fun and continue this conversation. With that, come and visit me at becomedurable.com. One thing out there right now is I do have a sale on becoming a power lineman, so go check that out. That's all I got.
All right. Like John, I'm going to be watching the fights today too, but it's going to be Backlash WWE, real fighting. Not that pussy UFC bullshit. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. Guys, stay tuned to the Dragon Ship right after this. Brother AJ is hosting. He wants to talk about frame spinning plates versus frame in an LTR. Tune into my podcast on Monday. I'll be going through an old Red Pill archive post on how to tell if a woman is using you for your beta bucks. And then finally, guys, do take my dating course. It's 50% off for the rest of the month. If you use code May50 at checkout, I'll drop a link to that in the chat. Other than that, where's this at here? We will see you guys next time on Rule Zero.
This has been Rule Zero. New episodes every Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe now.